What's up, Sam Salinas? Good morning. Good morning, Midtown, Texas. Thanks for joining us, boys. Look who just showed up right now. What's up, Matt Gomez? Thanks for joining us. What's up, Mike? It's Tecuache Mike. Tony Ornalis is still asking for the Mike Edgar shirt.
Yeah, that would be a big seller, dude.
You know what?
My eyes are all crazy right now.
I wonder if Francesca would get a laugh out of this Edgar Mike. Give her put it like a magnet out of this for the fridge. They'd be like, "Who's that?"
Oh my goodness, man! These eye drops are killing me. All right, headphones on. My eyes are watery. It need to be done, Joe. My allergies are killing me.
Yeah. Morning, Albert. Thanks for joining. Charlie Hernandez. Thanks for joining us, man.
Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
What's up, San Antonio? What's going on, South Texas? This is the Alamo City Sportscast coming at you from the west side of San Antonio. My name is Mike Jimenez. That is Joe Garcia. It is Tuesday here in the River City, San Antonio. Cowboy fans, not happy today. As mentioned by a lot of people already on our stream, you can be part of our show by being part of the YouTube stream and leaving comments. It helps guide the show. Everyone talking about Leon Lett 2.0.
You know,
only the Cowboys, dude. you know, I've never been one, Joe, to say that football is scripted, right?
Oh,
but you hear that all the time,
man.
The script. Why is it that when it's these nationally broadcast games that are Sunday night and Monday night, we get dramatic stuff like the Chiefs winning Sunday night, you know, just doinking it off the crossbar.
Or the Bears.
The Bears.
The doink.
The doink.
The double doink.
The double doink back in the day. Then you have the Cowboys going on. And it looks like the tide was turning a little bit.
Oh, my God.
Right? Tide was turning a little bit, maybe going to overtime, upset the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Bengals had a worse record coming in, but were actually favored to win that game. Joe Burrow having a great season. Cowboys had a running game. Cowboys had a chance to win this game. And then something happened that I didn't even remember was a rule, Joe. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go, they pump the ball away. It gets blocked. And for the Cowboy fans that I was with last night, I was at my friend Sean's house, bunch of Cowboy fans there, getting all excited. It got blocked.
So hold on.
Yeah, hold my beer. Cowboys had to hold my beer. One of the players touches the ball, who apparently had been out for a few weeks because of injury, was his first game back, touches the ball. The Bengals then recover it. First down Bengals. To me, dude, I'm watching the game, and I'm thinking to myself, well, the Bengals recover the ball, but they didn't take it for the first down. You know, they're still 15 yards short, but they're like, no, it's a live ball.
First down.
And I could not believe it. And then, of course, Jamar Chase gets the touchdown reception. No one could guard him the entire game. And it wasn't even that Burrow beat him. Just no one could guard Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
But one person, two people on him.
Poor
didn't matter.
execution. Poor execution by the boys, man.
The Cowboys season is effectively over.
Oh, it been over.
Mathematically, can still make the playoffs, but according to ESPN analytics, they have less than a 1% chance of making the playoffs. The season is over. So we have a lot to digest when it comes to that. We'll be talking about the Spurs as well, because I have a poll on Twitter at MJ Acquired Taste asking the question, is Stephon Castle untouchable? Or if a trade proposal came up that said the Spurs could go get an all-star to pair up with Wemby. Let's say that it's a Lauri Markkanen, or let's say that it's a Trae Young or a player like that, an all-star, right?
Yeah.
If an all-star became available and in return you had to give Stephon Castle up, would you do it, or is he untradeable? I'm going to ask you that question so I can vote for you on your computer here, Joe.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Untradeable, or is he tradable for an all-star?
I say no. I'm voting right now too, and I said no. Castle is untouchable.
Castle's untouchable. So we have 42 votes in. We just put this poll out maybe about 20 minutes ago or so. You can vote on my Twitter account at MJ Acquired Taste. Already Tavarius coming out strong, saying Wemby is the only untouchable Spur player. So we're going to get into that later on in today's show. Caitlin Clark got an honor today. Caitlin Clark is the Athlete of the Year. And that is I had read that only the second person basketball player ever to be named the Time Athlete of the Year. LeBron James was the Athlete of the Year 4 years ago. This year it's Caitlin Clark. We're going to talk about that. We'll get into some pop culture and nostalgia along the way. But Joe, how are you doing today, my man?
Doing good, man. Had the only one that's untouchable, Edgar Mike. Oh man, and yeah, the chat's already going crazy, dude.
Okay, just stirring the pot a little bit, but I just thought about it because yesterday there were all these trade rumors involving the Spurs that came out, and sporting news used to be a thing, but now it's a fan-driven thing, and it used to be where you'd have actual journalists go out there.
Yeah,
and
now it's just the guy.
It's just a bunch of bloggers. It's just basically me. Like if I wanted a job, I could go get a job with Sports Illustrated or Sporting News, because there's no real journalists doing the work anymore. It's basically fan blogs.
Well, it's writers, they're writers, but they're not like, mainstream media.
The big trade proposal they had yesterday was LaMelo Ball. Charlotte point guard could be available for a trade. And what would the Spurs have to give up? So they were saying, well, what if the Spurs gave up Trey Jones, Malachi Branham, Keldon Johnson, and 3 first-round draft picks for LaMelo Ball? And a lot of players, are touchable, some are untouchable, but a lot of fans out there will look at that and go, well, Michael, that's 6 players. And to me, it wasn't. I was like, well, wait a minute. Let's dissect this. Malachi Branham doesn't play anymore. The Spurs have a team option on him. He's effectively off the team. What did I say? What's the word you have to use?
Gone. What's his name?
Gone.
Yeah.
Malachi Branham's gone. Trey Jones, he's a free agent at the end of this year. Think he's going to be coming back? No. You know what he is? Gone.
Yeah.
So really the idea would be Keldon Johnson and 3 first-rounders for LaMelo Ball, who averages 30 points per game, who is an elite point guard when he's healthy. The answer is yes, you would do that trade. And so many Spurs fans fall in love with all these players, and it's just so funny.
Don't trade Sohan. I like his hair.
Don't trade Sohan. Yeah, he's like Rodman. He's like Draymond Green. Oh my God, dude. I was looking up Dennis Rodman's stats last night.
Yeah.
And what I like about our show, Joe, is that we actually don't even talk about what we're going to talk about until like a minute before the show starts. Hey, let's talk about this. And you go, let's talk about that. I'm like, all right, cool.
No, look at Jeff. He's already in the chat. He says, you can give me credit for the Castle is untouchable idea topic, Jimenez.
That's fine. That's fine. Locked On Spurs. I will be on Locked On Spurs tomorrow. He's trying to get me in trouble because one of the topics that he has is what are some stats involving the Spurs that you don't like, and he's gonna throw me under the bus to his 5,500 subscribers on YouTube.
Let me get my EFG ready.
No, my favorite one was yesterday because I had people flag me down about this yesterday. Jeremy Sohan averages 1 bucket per game outside of 1 foot. He's played 11 games this year, has made only 11 shots this year outside of the 1 foot mark. He's made a lot of dunks, he's made a lot of layups, but that 1 or 2 foot mark there for the layup or for the dunk has been the bulk of his shots. He's only made 11. He averages 1 shot per game. That's an actual basketball shot, not a layup or a dunk. No mid-range game, no three-point game, no nothing. But you know what? He's got green hair like Rodman had back in the day. Rodman averaging 7 points for his career. Dennis Rodman does not belong in the Hall of Fame, by the way.
Oh, the very good.
Dennis Rodman should never have been even considered for the Hall of Fame.
Man, Mike, you hating on everything today, dude. You're the Grinch.
Yeah, Mike, how's the Christmas tree coming along? Don't have one.
You don't? There's one right behind you.
I don't have a Christmas tree this year because going through a divorce and I only have my kids 2 days a week. So, I have one at my girlfriend's house. Got one at my family's house. It's not me being the Grinch. It's just, it's kind of a weird transition. You know, last year I got separated and all that stuff goes on. And, you know, life just comes at you pretty fast sometimes. And I just don't want to have a bunch of Christmas decorations at home when there's a pretty good chance I'm not going to be living in that home in the next 6 months anyway.
Yeah. You know who's still one of the biggest Sohan supporters ever that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'm still here, Sohan.
Dude, Jonah Hill, huge fan of Jeremy Sohan. Before we get into Spurs talk and before we get into Christmas and all that stuff, and I'm a Christmas guy, dude. I love Christmas. Dude, I already have all my shopping done. All of it. Every single one. All my kids, my nephews, my niece, my parents, my girlfriend.
Don't forget me.
They're all done. Dude, yours is easy. You and some of my friends, it's easy. Just go to Specs and figure it out.
Because that's what I'm doing this weekend. Full disclosure, I'm gonna be shopping for my friends. Guess where I'm gonna be going?
Yeah.
Specs, Total Wine and More, over because I'm going to be over there by North Star.
Right.
I'm going to be heading out to Total Wine and More, checking out what they have there. They got some good gift sets, man.
Our good friend AD, who owns several Texas Cheer Liquors, is also a good place to stop by. What I like during Christmas time,
we need to get them as part of the show, man.
We do. They're willing.
Hey, let's get them on.
What we need to do, Joe, is understand that those places have the best liquor deals.
They do, man,
during Christmas time. Because it's not only the bottle, but you get a couple of glasses.
Yes.
You get the flask. My girlfriend, just not even for Christmas, just came up to me and was like, I thought you'd like this. And it was a Crown Royal with a flask.
Yeah.
It was like a leather flask,
man.
And it was nice. And then the other one they had going on right now is the Crown Royal bottle. It depends on the size. The small one comes with the flask. I think that's 375 milliliter.
Yeah, 750 and up.
The 750 has the 2 big glasses, which are nice. And, I'm going to be drinking Crown Royal anyway, right? Yeah. The Herradura one comes with the set of shot glasses.
Yeah, man.
Which is pretty cool. Herradura is so good, man.
Yeah.
Herradura, little name drop here. I actually had some a tequila shot along with Minix and Reinagel and Rob Thompson with the great Emmett Smith.
Nice.
I believe it was Herradura. I think it was. But he's a champion, dude, and it's been a long time since the Cowboys have had a guy like Emmett Smith on that team. But last night, my goodness, seeing the Bengals go in and steal that win 27-20, and in the fashion in which they did it, Joe, I told you from my perspective, I didn't even know it was a rule. I mean, I knew it was a rule, but because he didn't get it past the sticks, it kind of confused me.
Yeah.
But Joe, you're the Cowboy fan.
I'm a Cowboy fan.
Could you not say that play encapsulated the entire season for the Cowboys?
Oh,
like it was symbolic for how the season has gone.
Yeah, it has, man. It's just they fumbled the bag, and I even shared this, and I thought it was hilarious, man. Cowboy fan right now thinking the boys would beat the Bengals. Clown activity, man. And the funny thing is you talk about being a glutton for punishment. Cowboy fans thought they were world beaters when they beat the Browns, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, look at this team. I mean, who did they really beat though? The Browns aren't a very good team. Think
about this for Cowboy fans. From
they
a Cowboy
beat the Steelers, but I'm like, that was, it can happen any Sunday, right?
Right.
And that's basically the Cowboys beating the Steelers. Think about it, Mike. That was their pinnacle.
Yeah, I mean, it was early on in the season.
That was
The
it.
Steelers at the time were in the middle of a quarterback controversy.
Yeah.
So there was kind of some
Russ, you know.
Russ, or
yeah.
is it Fields? But think about this for Cowboy fans. This has been the one season that I can think of in the last 28 years, because it's been that long since the Cowboys did anything relevant, right? It's the one time that I've ever seen Cowboy fan apathy, where I've actually heard fans tell me, didn't watch the game. I stopped watching the game. Now, imagine, Joe, when people stop going to the games. Cowboys 5-8, Joe, 4-2 on the road, 1-6 at home. You count the fact that they lost the playoff game to Green Bay last year. Cowboys have lost 7 of 8 games at AT&T Stadium, affectionately known as Jerry World. That is the part right there, Joe.
Yeah.
That there's not going to be the excitement to renew the tickets, the season tickets and things like that. I know that for Spurs fans, it was difficult when it was 22-60, but then they won the lottery and they got Wemby, and it was like, okay, you got the energy up. Cowboy fans, Jerry Jones has nothing to sell Cowboy fans.
Look at the comment coming in. Sell Jerry.
He's got to at some point. And people think that Jerry Jones is going to hold on to the Cowboys till the day he dies. I don't think so. I think Jerry's eventually going to sell.
Man, Jerry's already turned that team. He's turned it into a healthy profit.
Yeah. I think he's going to sell the team eventually, because I don't know if Stephen Jones wants to hang on and be the general manager forever as well.
They've been doing that for quite some time. Maybe the son does want to take it over. Maybe he doesn't, you know?
So comment just came in right now. Mario Cavazos, not a first time, long time. He's been around forever with us, man. Mario Cavazos saying Cowboys beat the Steelers fair and square, no excuses. But I hope they lose the rest of the way. They need the highest pick available.
Yeah,
right
man.
now.
12th.
Right now, the NFL draft is number 12, which is funny because number 10 and 11 have the same record as the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Right? 5-8. Saints, Bengals. Both of them beat the Cowboys, but because of how the strength of schedule apparently works within the draft, the Cowboys, despite the fact that they lost to the teams ahead of them with the same record, are standing behind at 12.
Yeah.
My Saints are at 10, and the Bengals are at 11.
The team that just beat them.
The team that just beat them.
Yeah.
And the Saints beat the living crap out of the Cowboys earlier this year. So let's talk about a few things, Joe, when it involves the Cowboys. First of all, I'm looking at the fact that the team seems to be more balanced when Cooper Rush is under center.
He plays better in the pocket than Dak does, you know, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes because he's forced to be a quarterback, right? And play in the context of what the team is giving him. Dak does a lot, and he gets caught in. He has a decent arm. He's a better quarterback than Rush, no doubt. But what Dak does is he tries to extend plays.
Yeah.
He holds on to the ball too long. And then when he starts to scramble, bad things happen.
The problem with Cooper Rush is that he's not very talented.
He's not.
He's
a backup.
There were a couple of passes yesterday that could have moved the sticks, and he missed the receiver by a wide margin, and they were open.
Yeah.
There was one play that it was like a 10-yard out, and he missed it. I mean, he was throwing it to the guy in the second row at that point. It was like there was no pressure. He just missed the throw. I think when Cooper Rush is out there, they know that he has limitations out there.
Mm-hmm.
So they decide, you know what we're going to do? It might be a better idea for us to run the ball than it is to let Cooper Rush go out there for 50 attempts. When Dak is out there, because they know that Dak is talented and Dak can extend plays,
Yeah.
they rely on Dak so much. Rico Dowdle yesterday had 18 carries for 131 yards, including a 27-yard run. Keep in mind, this was a Cowboys team that brought back Zeke Elliott and Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
But the best running back on that team by far has been Rico Dowdle. Back-to-back games with 100 yards rushing. Did the Cowboys not have a rushing game, or did the Cowboys just simply give up on the run earlier in the season?
I think the thing is that it's just the lack of talent at the running back position.
Well, it's because they were trotting out there Zeke Elliott. They tried
Yeah.
making Zeke Elliott the RB1. Was mistake number one saying, hey, let's give the keys over to Rico Dowdle? Was that the problem? Because Rico Dowdle, I mean, I know he had injuries earlier in the year. I mean, I get that. But you take a look at what he's done. The last 3 games, Rico Dowdle, 86 yards, 112, 131. Joe, the dude's averaging 110 the last 3 games. Guess what? Cowboys won 2 of those games. They beat the Giants and they beat the Commanders, and they were in line to beat the Bengals, or at least send them to overtime. For the season, Rico Dowdle is doing pretty good. I mean, I'm looking at his stats here, Joe, for the season. 152 rushes, 731 yards, Joe. He's averaging 4.8 a carry. That's not bad. Dowdle's not a scrub. Maybe the problem with the Cowboys was that they had that loyalty to Zeke Elliott. That might be a Jerry thing. They brought in a big name in Dalvin Cook, even though both of those guys might be in their 20s, 29, 30 years old. Zeke Elliott's like 29 still. He seems like he's 40.
He just ain't. He's washed, man.
They're washed.
Yeah.
They didn't give the ball to Rico Dowdle early on. Rico Dowdle just 26 years old, 5th season out of South Carolina.
And he's not even that good, dude. That's your best running back.
I mean, I'm not saying Rico Dowdle's a world beater and he's going to be a Pro Bowler. But what I am saying is he was the best man in the RB room.
That's no lies detected.
And they had to have seen that early on. So who's making the decision to not give him the RB1 job?
Jerry.
Is it Jerry?
It's Jerry, dude. Jerry controls everything. Jerry looks at it, and he's up there in the crow's nest, during practice and all that in the summer. And he's looking down there, and he's like, the hell with what you guys are saying. I own this damn team. It's my team.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I want you all to do. Everybody's afraid of Jerry.
Right.
So they do exactly what he wants, even though they know it's not going to turn into wins. They let him control that team. He's like, this is my team. I'm going to do what I want. He's a horrible GM, man.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible GM. One of the worst GMs that I've ever seen. Good owner, horrible GM, makes poor decisions. And because of his poor decisions, look at where we're at right now.
All 3 titles in the 90s were Jimmy Johnson's.
Yep.
It was the trade for Herschel Walker that Jimmy Johnson orchestrated, and the getting rid of certain players in order to get the compensatory
You talk
picks.
about getting fleeced, man.
And then Barry Switzer won with Jimmy's team.
But that was Jimmy's team.
That was Jimmy's team.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Rico Dowdle's stats. Rico Dowdle, this is how the Cowboys used him early on. 8 carries, 7 carries, 8 carries, 11 carries, 5 carries. Didn't do anything, right? Because he was on a short leash. But look at the games by which Rico Dowdle had some significant touches. And there have been 4 games in which he had significant touches. And by significant, I'm saying 19 carries or more, or 18 carries or more. Against the Steelers, Joe, good team, 20 carries, 87 yards. Against the Commanders, 19 carries, 86 yards. Against the Giants, 22 carries, 112. Against the Bengals, 18 carries, 131. So if he's capable of doing that, Joe, when you give him 18, 19, 20 carries, look at the games in which he only had 5, like against the Lions, 5 for 25, Ravens, 8 for 32, Saints, 7 for 30. The more work you gave Rico Dowdle, the better he was. Maybe he got warmed up. Maybe it was a better balance of an offensive attack. But they mismanaged this guy, Joe, and we're seeing this right now because he's getting these yards with Cooper Rush as his starting quarterback. Someone's at fault for all this.
Yep.
Meantime, you hear Jerry Jones giving love right now to who?
Mike
McCarthy.
That's my guy.
Now, Mike McCarthy was set up for failure. They set him up for failure. The whole Cowboys, Jerry Jones were all in. Was BS from the start.
If they were all in, why didn't they make moves in the offseason like normal teams do?
Dude,
they
lost defensive players. They lost receivers. They lost offensive linemen, and they didn't replace them.
And they also effed themselves up because they could have went ahead and extended Dak and CeeDee Lamb early on. And what would have happened if they would have done that? They would have had more cohesion, right? Because they would have had time to practice together. But no, they wait until the first game?
Right.
Oh, man, we extended you, Dak.
They waited to the very last minute, and then they waited to the last minute with CeeDee Lamb as well.
They would have saved themselves cap space had they done the deals earlier on, but they were stupid.
They were stupid.
They're dumb.
Meantime, the Cowboys lost linebacker DeMarvion Overshown. He's going to have surgery on his right knee after suffering an injury against the Bengals.
Poor guy, dude.
Jerry Jones told 105.3 The Fan today. Overshown was a third-round draft pick last year out of Texas.
Yeah.
The Texas guy, not only from UT, but also he's a Texas high school football player.
Local, yeah.
He goes out there, third-round draft pick, tears out his knee, blows his knee out in preseason last year. Doesn't play. Comes back this year, showed some flashes, goes out the same way.
At some point,
another
man,
ACL.
Poor guy. I mean, you don't like to see anybody go out like this, but durability, man. You got to start thinking about that, because if he has surgery again on that same knee, I mean, it's going to be bound to happen again.
Yeah, I mean, it happens once. It just becomes more susceptible as time goes on. Meantime, we saw Micah Parsons walk off the field yesterday, and he looked done with the team. Now, I got to talk to you about this guy, man, because Micah Parsons obviously is one of the best talents on the defensive side of the ball in all of the NFL, right?
Yeah.
He is supremely talented. He was back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year runner-up. Not going to win it this year. Had too many injuries, missed too many games. The guy is flamboyant. He likes to have his podcast. He's outspoken. You know, when he ranks the top quarterbacks, he doesn't name Dak Prescott on there. Has the balls to do that. But he also is like a child, dude. Like, Micah Parsons sometimes will just simply have a fit.
Yeah.
And this might be the new generation. He's 25 years old. He's really attuned to Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and all of that stuff. And when you see him walk off the field yesterday in a huff, he was basically crying, almost literally crying at the end of the game yesterday. And then when they I'm looking at video right here. This is Corey FC at Fox Sports. A photo of him. If we can show this real quick.
There you go. Oh, you're showing it. I'm sorry.
Okay, Micah Parsons just giving a look of just disgust. A look of disgust. And he walks off the field, and you don't know if he's crying. You don't know if he's yelling, if it's just tears of anger, tears of sadness. But when you see Micah Parsons show his emotions on there, what they say, he wears the emotions on the sleeve. In this case, the jersey.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that as a Cowboys fan, or is this just a little too much?
I'm okay with this as a Cowboy fan. You need to have some of your players show emotion, and them showing some emotion here, showing that that's a face of disgust, disappointment, frustration. And, at the end of the day, I hope that they go inside the locker room and they get in each other's faces and they yell at each other and they get angry, because there's a lot of blame to go around for this game, for this loss, because you're going to win and you're going to lose as a team. But when you have these stupid little mistakes that keep costing you games, I mean, come on, man. I mean, think Micah Parsons, you know what his name's going to be?
Done.
Gone.
Now, the thing is that the way the NFL works, though, the Cowboys want to keep him. They didn't extend him, so he's got a deal going on right now. So he has one more season left with the Cowboys, and it's a club option. And then he's an unrestricted free agent, and at that point, they could franchise tag his ass.
Oh, man, I love this comment. Midtown Texas always comes in with the heat, bro.
That's the face I make when Mike says he wears Lululemon. I was going to wear the polo today. It's a good-looking polo, dude.
Lululemon.
Has a big old L on there, dude.
Oh,
my lady likes it. My lady likes it,
man. I'm going to ask her next time I see her, say, why are you buying Mike Lululemon, man?
James Waller, that's a new name to the show.
Yeah, James Waller, thanks for joining the show. Appreciate the comment.
Hey, man, we appreciate it, dude. Says you're on point when you call him a child. People need to stop comparing him to Lawrence Taylor. No, you need the players to show leadership. And that was the problem that I saw with Micah Parsons, is that, does that look like the face of a leader right there?
No, bro.
He could be one of the best players in the entire league. But if this is a reaction to losing, now I understand. I would much rather him get angry and break an iPad, get a clipboard and break it in half, than to see Micah Parsons pout and cry on the sidelines. I like the fact that he wants to win. So we know that there's passion there, right? He's not the Ben Simmons of the NFL. There's a passion to go out there and win, but to see that the passion needs to be done differently, dude. Like, I would much rather see you be angry and throw crap than to watch you whine and cry. But the Cowboy season comes to an end almost mathematically. Again, less than a 1% chance of making the playoffs. On that field goal, that blocked punt, player touches the ball. And we talked about that a little bit earlier. Some people calling it Leon Lett 2.0. I was trying to look up Leon Lett's follies, and there's two. The Thanksgiving one where it was the blocked field goal, and he touches the ball. Miami goes and gets a field goal from there. They get another chance at it after a blocked field goal. And then you had the Leon Lett, Don Beebe racing after him and stealing the touchdown from him at the Super Bowl. But dude, here's another video of Micah Parsons. Why didn't I see this before? I saw the photo of him walking away. Micah Parsons is beside himself, man. This guy, he needs a hug.
That's the way we react when you say you wear the Lululemons.
Nice. Look at the walkout. I said, he's done. He's gone.
Yeah.
Cowboys going to franchise tag his ass, and they're not going to let him get the contract that he wants.
I would come back the next game and change the jersey name on the back of my shirt, and I'd put gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
And a courtesy of ESPN, the block punt.
What a dumbass.
The block punt. Boom.
That was just
the ball.
That was the second play that was dumb.
Now, if you don't on the replay, there's one Cowboys player.
There it is.
Okay, here's the Cowboy player right there. You see him right there at the 30-yard line? Look at him. Look what he's doing. He's giving the motion. Do not touch. Do not touch. It got touched. Bengals get the ball. Cowboy players knew it. I didn't know it because it's a rule that very rarely goes into effect. I mean, how unlucky is it for the ball to squirt forward 15 yards?
Can you imagine if they would have just leave the ball alone? It's a dead ball, right? At that point.
Yeah.
Where are they going to get field position?
Well, it's a dead ball because it's a dead ball.
Yeah.
The ball's going to be placed where the ball ends.
Wherever it lies, right?
Right. So it looks like it's going to lie around the 50-yard line. Cowboys get the ball. Short field. All you need is like another 10 yards, and you're within.
Right there would have been game over.
You're within Brandon Aubrey's range right there.
The Golden Lake. He would have made it. He was money. But no, instead, what happens? First down.
Yeah, you give the Bengals the ball basically at midfield.
What a dumbass.
Very, very nice. Cowboy season effectively over. Leon Lett 2.0. Leon Lett lives on. Is Leon Lett alive still?
I don't know, dude. I think he is. I think last time I heard he was coaching or something like that.
Leon Lett's still alive, but Leon Lett, 56 years old. He was probably at home watching this game, just slumping into his couch. Like, why are you bringing me up?
Look at Midtown Texas. If Mike wears Ugg boots next, I'm done.
Yeah, no, that's never going to happen. I will draw the line somewhere. It's so funny. If I showed you my Lululemon polo and I didn't tell you it was a Lululemon polo and I said, hey, what do you think about this polo? You'd be like, man, that's nice. That looks really comfy.
Let me see who makes it.
Let me see who makes it. It's Sonoma from Coles.
Oh, my gosh. I can't wait to see Francesca next time.
Oh, yeah. You liked her.
She was funny because she likes to roast you, too. She fits right in.
Oh, she's a big-time roaster, man. She's a big-time roaster. So for those of you who don't know, I have a girlfriend. Her name is Francesca. She is a dental hygienist. There she is.
Yeah, she's funny, dude. She likes to roast Mike too. She fit right in with us.
Yeah. Good times. Hey, I mentioned the other day, I know this is not sports related, but they caught this dude, Luigi Manglione, at a McDonald's. Dude, tell me this, Joe. You're telling me that this guy was being tracked by the FBI, by police, by their version of DPS, and maybe ATF and all that stuff, and it was a McDonald's employee who found him.
Yeah. And you know what?
We're gonna find out that police knew nothing about where he was at.
Nah, dude. They're like, we're gonna get him eventually. No, you were not, man. Come on.
Imagine being the McDonald's employee and going, I've seen half this guy's face. He ordered a Big Mac and he ordered some nuggets and and some sweet and sour sauce. I'm gonna call police just in case it's him. There was a $60,000 reward, right? Just in case it's him, and it turns out to be him, and he's holding the gun.
He's a dumbass. He's a dumb criminal, dude. How does he think that with his face being exposed like that somebody wasn't going to recognize him somewhere, some way, you know? And I mean, he's gonna go to Starbucks. He's hanging out probably at the McDonald's, going to all these places. I mean, somebody's going to recognize him.
Dude, the women were going crazy for this guy yesterday. Because did you hear the story, Joe?
You know,
valedictorian of his high school.
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah.
Ivy League graduate, got a master's from Penn, got a BA from Penn as well. Also got a minor in like economics or something like that. The guy was into Pilates. The guy was into yoga and all that stuff. Was living in Hawaii. Had gotten 3 promotions at work, making good money. He went to a school that cost $40,000 a year to go to for high school and middle school. His parents own 2 golf courses, and his parents own a line of like retirement homes. The guy is wealthy, dude. He's not like just some dude.
Yeah.
But the women went wild because of this.
Well,
they're like, we got to bail him out, dude. Women are cochinas, dude. Women are cochinas. I showed this to my girlfriend, and she was like, well, I mean, you know.
Jeez, man.
But there's a mugshot covering the washboard abs. Yeah, congratulations to that McDonald's employee. I hope she was a female, is $60,000 richer. I mean, how long would she have to work at McDonald's to make $60,000, right?
Yeah.
Worth their what? A year and a half, 2 years? If they're paying $15 an hour over there? All right. Let's go back to sports, Joe. Spurs are off until like when?
Friday?
Jeez.
A long time.
Stupid cup that we're not in.
Hey, they shit the bed. They should have beat OKC, right?
Yeah. They
can't say, oh, they didn't have Wemby.
So Sith coming out saying Mike wanted to see if Joe would react to the 6-pack.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
What's that other question there? It's a homie test. Sage 421. I recognize the name Sage. He's but relatively new, right?
Yeah, look at
says McDonald's employee is a goddamn snitch.
The damn snitch.
So Jason Garcia, who lives in Portland, he's following the show right now. Spurs fan, SAFC fan, moved to Portland earlier this year, making reference to the fact that the Spurs are over there. You better be at the game, dude. You better represent our Spurs. But the Spurs aren't going to play for a while. So everyone's talking about, we need something to talk about, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to the silver and black. And of course, trade deadlines in February, and we're gonna hear over the course of the next 60 days, there are gonna be buyers in the trade deadline, and there's gonna be sellers. The Spurs are kind of somewhere in between. I can see them making a buy, but why would you buy? Because you're gonna be the number 9 or 10 seed. And if you sell, what are you selling? The Spurs could sell Chris Paul. He has some still left in the tank. If he wants to join the Phoenix Suns, if he wants to join the Golden State Warriors again, or go someplace to make one last run, because I'm assuming this is his final season in the NBA. Dude, that cry that he gave in the Spurs locker room the other day after the Spurs won, and he moved to number 2 in all-time assists. That is a cry, Joe, of somebody who knows this is his last season.
I think so, man. You know what? The telltale sign? What happens after every game?
Jersey swaps?
No, not jersey swaps with Chris Paul. You see a lot of the opposing teams, players, coming over there, saying hi to him, giving him some love. Mm-hmm. I think he knows, man. He knows it's probably going to be it for him. And I think the players know it as well. So they come over and they say hi to him. I mean, he has a lot of friends throughout the NBA, you know? And I think at one time too, he was like one of the players that was the head of the Players Commission or something like that, representing the players, you know, when it came to negotiations and whatnot. So, I mean, he has a lot of friends, a lot of people that he's connected with throughout his long career in the NBA. They come over, give him some love, and he knows, man, I think he feels it.
Yeah.
He feels it in the body. He can't hold up no more, man.
So I'm looking at Hoops Hype right now, and they just released an article a few days ago about every team in the NBA and the trade candidate that they have for each team. Some have one, some have three, right? Saying that the Spurs' best candidate to trade is Chris Paul. And it says, quote, the Spurs are already ahead of the rebuilding schedule thanks largely to veteran leadership of a rejuvenated 39-year-old point guard Chris Paul. Similar when he was with OKC, the Hall of Famer has helped a team defy expectations. He's on a 1-year, $10.5 million deal, and championship contending teams may have interest in having him as a rental. And it goes on to say that the Spurs have, Wemby and Harrison Barnes and Vassell and younger players, a mix of younger and more experienced players. But then maybe you can get a late first-round draft pick.
Maybe.
Or a Chris Paul. Maybe pick number 24 or pick number 25.
Yeah, we do got an income in Super Chat from Mario Cavazos here.
Okay, what brand of concealer she make you use? Okay, let's go ahead and do this. She has me on a skin regimen, dude. She has been for like the last 4 or 5 months.
That's a good thing, though.
No, it's an exfoliating soap, right? And then there's something there to kind of make the skin pop, I guess you can say. I haven't worn it the last few days, so don't tell her.
Oh man, she's gonna get mad.
It's moisturizer, dude. It's just to make your skin
better,
young.
Yeah,
keep it young. It's not Botox or anything like that. It's just she gives me various lotions. She gives me more healthy deodorant, more healthy, more environmentally friendly stuff.
She's trying to take care of you, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's not frou-frou stuff. Really, it isn't.
Yeah.
It's exfoliating soap to get the dead skin off.
Yeah.
And it's a moisturizer.
Leave my boy alone, man. His girl taking care of him. She taking care of him.
She's slightly bougie, but I love her. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. I lost track here.
Oh yeah, your glow is noticeable, Mike. Oh, good eyes, sir. That's what.
Wow.
Mike using serums and stuffs.
Do you know what I'm going to do, Joe? Tomorrow, I'm going to bring all the stash that she got me, and I'm going to do it on the show.
Chris Gonzalez says, when is Mike going to start his beauty channel?
Beauty is more than skin deep.
Beauty tips with Mike. Ooh, man. Jess gonna get a hold of wind of this, dude.
It puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again. That's what Jason Garcia was trying to say.
Buffalo Tom.
But in talking about the Spurs and in talking about whether or not the Spurs are going to be buyers or sellers at the trade deadline, the question becomes, what if a certain player becomes available? Trae Young. How many Spurs fans were opposed to Trae Young joining the Spurs team?
A lot. But you know what? When you compare him to LaMelo, who would you rather have? LaMelo's always hurt, bro.
Yeah.
Give me Trae Young any day.
Here's Trae's averages this year. Trae Young averages 21 points per game, 12.2 assists, 4 rebounds, shoots 89% from free throws. His three-point shooting's awful this year, 31%, but still 12 assists. I mean, the guy knows how to run an offense.
And the thing is if he came and played alongside Wemby, right? You're going to lose a little bit on the defense, right? But you're going to pick up something in the offensive game.
Mm-hmm.
Would Spurs fans be okay with Wemby averaging maybe 15 points a game, playing alongside Trae, and they win, and they actually have a good enough chance to not get in the play-in, but be the 7th seed?
Well, Atlanta right now, 13 and 12, 7th seed right now in the East right now. I think Trae Young actually improves Wemby's points per game. And we've seen this already. When certain players are in the lineup, he does well. When certain players are not in the lineup, he does better or worse.
He plays better with Castle.
Plays better with Castle. Plays worse with Wemby.
Doesn't play good with Vassell.
I mean, with Sohan, rather.
Yeah. With Vassell, he's all right.
He's all right with Vassell. But I asked the question: what if a Trae Young was available, Joe? And they were like, "Hey, instead of all these picks, just give us a couple of our picks back and give us Castle." Would you do that, or is he untradeable at this point, Joe? I mean, is because we know that Wemby's number one on this team, but is Stephon Castle, who right now, according to FanDuel, has the second best odds of getting the Rookie of the Year, averaging 12.1 points per game, is he in fact untouchable, Joe? I would say yes. I never thought I would say that. I wouldn't have said that 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But because of Sohan's injury, because of Vassell's injury, we have seen Castle be put into the starting lineup and have no problems.
Kid's not even shook, man.
He had 3 games where he was a little bit shaky. Then it just locked in. And even he has said in post-game interviews that the game has slowed down for him.
Yeah.
Dude, how many rookies say that it's slowed down? Yes, this was a bad rookie class, right? I personally believe this, Joe, that if the Spurs had the number 1 overall pick in the draft, they would have taken Castle or Reece Shea, but I think Castle was in the mix right there. If the Spurs were drafting 3, they would have probably taken Castle.
Baby hand research, dude. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. But right now, 72 votes in. I posted this less than an hour ago. 87.5% saying Castle's untouchable.
Yeah, look at Sam Salinas. He puts when we're asking about Trae Young or, LaMelo. He says, "Yes, Joe, because it's about winning, not individual stats. Looking at you, Sohan lovers."
Yeah. Well, remember we saw Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, right? And the idea that you're pairing him up with Chris Paul the same way that Chris Paul was paired up with him in 2019 and 2020. So let's look at SGA stats. SGA as a rookie, I believe, was second team all rookie team because Luka Doncic was the point guard that was all NBA. So if you're going to lose to Luka, that is what it is, right? But he averaged 10.8 points per game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. It's kind of what Castle's doing now. In fact, Castle's probably doing more than that. He goes over to the Thunder, plays with Chris Paul, not as a point guard, plays as a shooting guard, averages 19 points per game in his second season. Then he jumps up to 24, 24 and a half, 31, 30, and is at 30 again now. I think this is the trajectory that we need to look at when it comes to Stephon Castle. We have to look at him as, you're going to be averaging about 12 points a game this year, maybe 13 when it's all said and done. But how do we get you to 17, 18 next year? How do we get you to 21, 22 next year? And it's because he is the star. He is the second star to Victor Wembanyama. And my personal belief is that Wemby is untouchable, obviously. But I think Stephon Castle is untouchable number 2, unless it was a huge name, Joe.
Yeah.
If it was a Giannis, if it was a name that is a top 10 player in the NBA, well, then you just got to suck it up and do what you do. But if it's a bottom tier all-star, Trae Young, I'm good.
Yeah.
If it's Lauri Markkanen, I'm good.
If you can't make it work with some of the other players that you have, the other guys, because they're just guys, let's be honest, and you can't make a deal work, you're not going to give up Castle for that, man. Castle has a high ceiling, probably, in my opinion, higher, and I'm not throwing shade. I think he has a higher ceiling than Vassell, as far as what Castle can aspire to be, because the kid, you look at him right away, because the kid is raw right now. And I think his ceiling's going to be really high. I think he's going to amount to a better player than Vassell when it's all said and done. To me, the ones that are expendable right now, I would have said, no, don't touch Vassell. But when you're looking at Castle right now, Vassell might be one of those that, just put it in the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
a lot of people are reaching out to us on our YouTube stream, Tavarius being one of them, saying Castle can't shoot. Castle's shooting is going to be an issue. So I can't say that is not an issue because that would be hypocritical for me to say so.
But he has shot creation.
He's creating for others. And he plays defense pretty well up at the top. 74% free throw shooter. He has a 28% shooting from 3, 38% from the field. EFG, which is really low right now at 44.2%. But you see a shot that can be fixed.
It's not broken.
It's not broken. It needs to be tweaked.
It's not a Sohan shot. Come on, just say it, Mike.
Well, it's. Oh, by the way, Castle turned 20 last month. By the way,
Damn.
so he was drafted at 19. I just think that Castle is the type of player that you want to have at point. He might not ever be a great shooter, but I think he can become a decent shooter. He has the form. He has the size. Joe, he's 6'6.5". He's just 20 years old. Who's to say that next year at this point he's not 6'8"?
True that. And the kid has speed and athleticism, man. He can get to the rim. He can dunk that ball. He can take the impact because he's so athletic. He can go ahead and finish the shot, and it's an and one.
Right.
You know?
He's doing it as a rookie, man.
He's taking some of these veteran players, some of these better players out there, and just breaking ankles going around.
Well,
them,
I mean, you saw LeBron James after the game here at the AT&T Center or Frost Bank Center the other day saying that Castle kid's good.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He doesn't throw out compliments that are that bad, But, I think that LeBron James is all about PR. But at the end of the day, I think LeBron James sees Stephon Castle and thinks this guy belongs.
Yeah, LeBron James is, like any other NBA player, they're good at seeing talent. They can see the possibilities of what said player has early on, and they know if you're going to be good or you're just a guy. You think he's complimenting Zach Collins? I haven't heard him compliment Sohan.
No, not at all.
Hey, what did he say? Castle? Yeah, that's a good kid.
Well, I mean, if you look at the shooting percentage of SGA when he first got into the league, again, he averaged 10.4 points per game, right? Shot 47% from the field. So it's not like he was a world beater coming out of the gate. He got better as time went on. It's not a broken shot. Drew Show comes out and says, you either believe in Castle or not. We possess ample trade capital to obtain a power forward of better than Sohan's caliber and a backup center. Joe, is Sohan popular because he has green hair?
I would think so, man.
If he had regular hair and was a regular dude, would Spurs fans be as excited about him?
Probably not.
Because I believe that's the case. I believe in pretty people privilege. I believe that certain people get better judgment based on how they look. Dak Prescott, if he wasn't good looking, if he had Quincy Carter's looks, he wouldn't have $60 million.
See, what are you saying? Quincy was ugly?
I'm going to look that up. I don't remember him being a looker.
Well, Quincy fell off the face of the earth because the brother hit Skid Row, man. He got involved with the drugs, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to stand by that. I'm looking at Quincy Carter's photo right now.
Let me go ahead and
show the screen.
Oh, God, man.
If Dak Prescott looked like Quincy Carter, he was not a $60 million man. Dak Prescott looks like a model. Tom Brady looks like a model. It is what it is.
Only on this show will you get Mike comparing what other dudes look like compared to other guys. Like, I miss Demon Mike, man.
Dude, the point I'm trying to make is that looks matter.
Oh my God.
Okay, dude. If Angel Reese looked like ass,
hey, according to Sith the Sloth, she looks like Sith the Sloth. According to Sith Elias,
if Angel Reese was not attractive, would she get play?
Compare her and put the Sith the Sloth out there, man.
Oh, dude, that's an old statement, dude.
Come on, man.
I mean, Cameron Brink. If Cameron Brink didn't look like that, would she be as popular? No. There is pretty people privilege, dude. It is what it is. Pretty people get away with a lot more.
Sam Salinas says Sohan ain't pretty.
No, but Sohan. No comment. But Sohan with the purple hair, the pink hair, the green hair, wanting to stand out. Do you know what I would like? Instead of him getting his hair colored, learn a mid-range game. Fix the shot.
There it is. Right on cue, Matt Lerma. Mike hates Sohan because he's pretty.
And there's Lerma right there.
I'm still here, Sohan.
I'm still here, Sohan. So Caitlin Clark is the Time Athlete of the Year. Here's the cover. You want to take a look, Joe?
Yeah.
There it is. Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. Dude, she would be an even bigger star, Joe, if she was attractive. But she's not.
We got.
Can you imagine, Joe, if Caitlin Clark was as good of an athlete and she had a looks of 7 or higher? I'm not trying to be a dick, Joe. I'm just saying that this is how the world works. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm not saying that I believe that in the sense that I believe that that's right or wrong. I'm saying, look in tennis, Joe. We had a good mix there with Serena Williams. Serena Williams was attractive. She's also a legend. She's a GOAT.
No, man, she ain't attractive, bro.
To some men, she is, dude.
No, bro.
To some, maybe not to you, but to some men, they think that she's a 10. There was Maria Sharapova. There was Anna Kournikova. Right? Back in the 80s and 90s, Gabriella Sabatini. You had some names out there, but do you know who wasn't popular back in the day, even though she was more successful? Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Right? No, but we would see Mary Jo Fernandez because she's pretty. Caitlin Clark does deserve to be Athlete of the Year because she made the WNBA relevant.
No.
She was Rookie of the Year, broke a ton of records, both positive and negative. Positive for points and assists and 3-pointers made, negative in the sense that she was a turnover machine. But she broke attendance records and made the WNBA relevant. It made the city of San Antonio go, oh my God, we used to have a WNBA team. We could have seen Caitlin Clark come to San Antonio. Imagine her at the AT&T Center.
No.
Frost Bank Center, in 2024, 25, 26. We lost out. But Joe, do you agree with Time Magazine naming her the Athlete of the Year?
I don't know, man. I think she was just popular. That's probably why they named her Athlete of the Year. But, it's a popularity vote. But we do got a super chat coming in here from the Drew Show, and he's saying, ride or die with Area 51. Grito for me, Joe. He paid for it.
Let's do it.
Presumir a mis amigos les conté que en el amor.
Okay, we either got to change that or retire it or charge more. What do you think, Joe?
Maybe we'll put it at $5. You want the grito? $4.99.
Let's give some love to Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5. We're ride or die with Jeff Garcia.
Yep. Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on Threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
That's right. More than 5,500 subscribers on YouTube. I watch on YouTube. I watch on Spotify as well. Jeff on Twitter, also on Kens5.com, has an article involving Sean Elliott talking about Wemby wanting to become the best in the game and having that Kobe Mamba mentality. Also details of how Mamu is hosting a San Antonio Christmas basketball camp, again, at Jeff G Spurs Zone. Lots of articles by Jeff Garcia today. I will be on Locked On Spurs tomorrow, talking about certain statistics that I like and don't like about the Spurs. So we'll get into that. Apparently, also, there's a Santa Wemby sighting and Elf Champagne delivering gifts to local kids.
Hey,
article could be read on Ken's.
I was going to show this too, man. Shout out to Jason Garcia, man. Look at the way he's watching the show over in Portland.
Nice.
On the big screen there. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate the support, man.
That's awesome, baby. That's awesome. He can see my skincare from far, far away. Beauty channel. You're going to start your beauty channel? Skin deep, baby. More than just skin deep. And while we're at it, let's give some love because I see the cap that you're wearing right now. MCS General Contracting for that diamond hard concrete.
MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business. Honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show.
How hard that concrete, Joe?
Diamond hard.
Diamond hard, man. Again, they've always said it before. They don't do it cheap. They do it right.
Yeah, there's
you
a difference.
get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. There's the number right there, 210-774-9155 for that diamond hard concrete. They talk about ADA compliance. If you have a business, you need to get that ramp in for ADA compliance.
Yeah.
Sidewalk, a slab for your home, swimming pool, pickleball court, basketball court. Man, they can do it all, baby. MCS General Contracting, 210-774-9155. Want to get into some pop culture, Joe?
Yeah, I'm getting some unconfirmed reports right now that Bill Belichick, it's already been.
I've been seeing that story.
It's been known that he's, been in talks with UNC to become their next football head coach. Unconfirmed reports are coming through saying he's accepted the position.
Interesting.
So we'll have to see, man. I want to see if it's being reported.
Let me get on Twitter on that. Let me see that. Bill Belichick would be interesting. If they were calling it, they play in Chapel Hill, they would have to rename it Chapel Bill. But Bill Belichick, 6-time world champion, Super Bowl champion coach for the New England Patriots. Jordan Schultz of the Schultz Report.
Yeah, he's saying that there's no.
From Fox Sports, saying that there's no agreement yet with Bill Belichick and the University of North Carolina. Both sides have remained in contact and will continue to talk. Very fluid, one source told him. I mean, that's a shot in the arm right there.
You think he's too old, though?
Well, there are some people who are saying that this did happen. The Guardian is saying that it did happen, that the agreement has been made. I mean, the Guardian's a legit site, but I don't really follow the Guardian for. I don't follow the Guardian for sports. I follow them for news sometimes. But this comment right here, Bill Belichick, incoming freshman recruits.
Because of his 20-something-year-old girl.
The 24-year-old girlfriend.
Did you see him on the red carpet? Dirty Bill? Yeah. I call him Dirty Bill.
But that would be so cool for college football to have Bill Belichick on there, man, and having Bill out there.
You think he's going to take his girl to the frat parties?
She's old enough, right? Old enough to be in the master's program. Hey, if you're a big Megan Fox fan, she's single again.
We accept a pregnancy reveal. Oh, man.
Get her on the chat for me, please.
Megan
Fox, superstar actress, known more for her looks than her actual talents, and rapper / rock star Machine Gun Kelly have broken up, according to TMZ. This just weeks after it was revealed that she was pregnant with his kid. So good news, if you want to go after Megan Fox, she's available. Bad news is she's preggers.
Yeah, good news is she can't get pregnant twice.
Jesus. Apparently they were together in Vail, Colorado, and sources told TMZ that they broke up over the Thanksgiving weekend. She's cochina, dude. She's cochina. Speaking of cochinas, how about cochinos? Article in here. Tony Busby, the attorney that represented Hillary Cawthon, who sued the Spurs and Josh Primo back in the day. Houston-based attorney Tony Busby is now going after Jay-Z, saying that he and Diddy hooked up with or raped a minor,
13-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
After a VMAs, MTV VMA Awards, man.
Jay-Z reportedly says that he wants to have the person's identity released, and Busby saying nope. Jay-Z is probably the biggest name to come out of the whole Diddy scandal, and there's going to be more names that come out. I bet you Usher's going to be on there.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. There are going to be other celebrities. But you know what this is right here? This is going to go away because he's going to wind up paying.
Yeah, so according to TMZ, it says Jay-Z's rape accuser is filing a criminal complaint against him after slapping him with a civil suit alleging sexual assault. In a statement with email to TMZ, Busby says he's not ruling out filing rape charges against Jay in New York. And it's talking about letting it run its course. It says, per New York state law, there's no statute of limitations for alleged victims to file a first-degree felony rape complaint. Again, this all has to do with Diddy as well. I don't. Okay, first of all, Jay-Z is innocent until proven guilty, right?
That's what the court says.
And even if he's found not guilty, doesn't mean that he's innocent. Okay, O.J. Simpson was found not guilty.
The glove don't fit, you must acquit.
Stupidest thing ever.
Hey, Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran,
the late Johnny Cochran.
May he rest in peace. But where there's smoke, there's fire. And I'm going to go ahead and say, Joe, that there's a large percentage of all of this that's probably true. I'm not saying that this is, but there's probably a large percentage of it that is true. The problem is that people are going to poke holes at the fact that part of it's not true or embellished or people going after money. But you can't tell me that Diddy is clear or clean of all of this when you know the kind of person that he is. We saw that video of him attacking his girlfriend back in the day while he was wearing that towel in that hotel lobby. Not a lobby, it was hotel like hallway.
But what's his excuse? I was in a bad place.
I was in a bad place. I was going.
Bro.
I sought treatment. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you probably sought treatment.
Sam Salinas, 99th problem incoming.
You know what was funny to me too? That they showed the irony though in the whole thing. You have Beyonce, which is Jay-Z's better half, right?
Yeah.
She was on Good Morning America, right? When I was setting up everything for the show this morning.
Who's this?
Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
Because she's a voice actress, right? As well. She's voicing one of the characters in that Mustafa film that's going to be released here shortly. And Jay-Z's daughter, Blue Ivy, is also voicing one of the characters in the show, in the movie. So they were on Good Morning America showing some of the behind the scenes stuff because ABC is owned by Disney. You know, it's a parent company, just like ESPN is owned by Disney and all that. And nowhere did they ever mention Jay-Z because of the trouble that he's in right now.
Stuff, yeah.
So there's no telling if he actually was there as well, but they chose to cut him out and not show him. They just made the segment all about Beyonce and her kids. They never mentioned Jay-Z. He had no part to play in any of that stuff. And to me, it's kind of sad because if you were part of that as a dad, you would want to, you know, be portrayed as, hey, I'm enjoying this as a family, right? And
well,
he couldn't.
The reporters don't have time to vet everything that's going on.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it was a bad look.
They could do it in broad strokes or whatnot, but yeah, I mean,
if he was, I'm saying like if he was part of that segment, I mean, based on what came out, you have to cut him out.
Yeah,
dude.
After Crazy in Love, I was done with Beyonce.
Yeah,
like Lemonade, that country album.
Oh, that was horrible. Dude.
No, thank you, man. Hey, tonight, ACC Network, 6 p.m. tip-off. You've got the Duke Blue Devils, ranked 4th in the nation with a 7-2 record, taking on the 5-4 Incarnate Word Cardinal, Joe. How excited are you to see Incarnate Word take on the 4th-ranked team in the nation? Favored by 35.5 points, by the way. Duke Blue Devils favored by 35.5. It's going to be a blowout. I know we have people on our stream right now saying it's going to be a close game, closer than what people think. Joe, come on, man. Incarnate Word going in over there.
Against Duke. I mean, this one.
I mean, I'll give them props. They scheduled an excellent program. But they ain't going to go over there. Here's what's going to happen. Incarnate Word's going to play their hearts out, maybe take a 2 or 3 point lead, maybe a 4-point lead. Early. And then it's going to be like 15-15, 18-16. And then the wheels are going to come off and Duke's going to spank that ass.
The talent.
But good for Incarnate Word.
The talent is just not there, man. If UIW upsets Duke, that's going to be one of the biggest upsets ever.
It would be the biggest upset ever, man.
And, you know, the good thing for UIW is they're probably getting a good payday for this game. You got that to go away with, right?
Yeah.
You get paid.
I'm looking to see what the money line is. Plus 3,300, Joe.
I'll bet $5.
Plus 3,300, Joe. You bet.
Bet 100.
$100. You get $33,000 back. Wait, no. You bet $100, you get $3,300 back.
That's not bad though for
Plus-
$100.
Plus the 100. So if you want to get $10,000, mathematically, it's $300 because you would get 9,900 plus your 100 back.
Yep.
So $300 on UIW to beat Duke gets you a payout of exactly $10,000.
That's pretty good money, man. But I mean,
funny.
come on, it's gonna happen. Nah, I bet you it's like mathematically, it's less than 1%.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny, Joe.
Oh my God, we got Jeff already in here cooking. He
What's
says,
going on?
so far, MJ has mentioned how a guy is good looking, and took time out of talking sports to show a shirtless guy.
Okay, so first of all,
Uh,
a guy can't recognize another guy's attractive. That's like saying a woman can't recognize another woman's attractive.
oh my God.
Are people so insecure of their manhood that they can't identify someone of the same sex being attractive? Be saying Dak Prescott was an attractive, good-looking dude.
Calling Quincy
Carter ugly.
You're saying
those are just facts.
you even said Caitlin Clark would have had what more success if
She was at least a 7.
Oh my God, dude.
She's not ugly. She's not attractive.
Well, according to you, MCS General Contracting.
She's not ugly, dude. She's not ugly. She's just I.
She's high.
If her attractiveness was a basketball record, it'd be 500.
No.
There are 50% who are hotter than her, 50% that are uglier than her. She's all right. And I don't want people spamming me with photos of her at the red carpets, this and the other. Angel Reese is more attractive than Caitlin Clark, that's for sure. Ain't even close. Even if she's Sid the Sloth. Neck down, though.
I'm surprised that Sith, the Lord Elias, he's not saying nothing. Oh my
George
God.
Michael, the 10 of 10.
What was that documentary you were watching? Wham?
That's all I wanted. Something special, someone sacred. Don't get me started on George Michael. Love George Michael.
God,
I celebrate his entire catalog. By the way, that George Michael Christmas song. What's that song? Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. Joe, you gotta admit, for a Christmas song, that's a banger. Like there are not a lot of Christmas songs that get me excited. Like that Mariah Carey one, I'm done with. It's basically making my ears bleed.
God, dude, I hate that. They play it. They just played it the other day. I think I was at HEB or something, and I heard it. I was like,
but remember that Do They Know It's Christmas Time at All? That song that back from the 80s, all those rock stars sang that song. That one I can listen to all the time. I can listen to Kelly Clarkson and Christina Aguilera do their songs. And that old Wham song about Last Christmas, I Gave You My Heart.
yeah.
Dude, to this day, it's a great song.
I like that song from the Eagles. What's it called? The Christmas song that they have?
Oh, well, if you want to look up that one, I'll give you one real fast.
Please Come Home for Christmas. That's the one I'm looking for from the Eagles.
If you go and if you want to show my screen, one of my favorite Christmas songs. Me and my daughter Gabby have been singing this for years. Don't Shoot Me, Santa by the Killers. It's basically about Santa's kidnapping them to kill him, and they're trying to escape. It's a good, cute song, dude. It was done for charity.
Mexican Junior says Last Christmas is
the
a top 10
Christmas song. It is.
You know what?
Junior.
Do you know what? God damn it. We're going to do this for Friday. Y'all already starting it. Let's do it.
What's that?
Go ahead and give us, we'll put it on your X and we'll share it.
Yeah.
Give us your Christmas list as far as your songs that you need to have in your playlist. And we'll put it together, a Christmas playlist for the people, and we'll put it out on Spotify for this Friday.
Oh, Matt Lerma coming out on Twitter saying fresh hot takes from MJ Acquired Taste. He doesn't like Jeremy Sohan because he has pretty privilege. I didn't say that. He thinks Caitlin Clark would be more popular if she was pretty. I did say that. So 1 for 2.
Is that 1 for 2?
I said he's more popular because he has colorful hair. I've seen Jeremy Sohan. Not the most attractive guy. Not ugly. But I never gave a pretty privilege pass to Jeremy Sohan. I gave the fact that he was what? Flamboyant.
But now that he's only 1 for 2, isn't that what Jeremy Sohan shoots from the free throw line?
There you go.
I'm still here, Sohan.
I'm still here, Sohan. I mean, Matt, if you want to come after me, man. But I don't think very many people look at Jeremy Sohan and think he's a pretty guy. And why is he adding Jeremy Sohan and Caitlin Clark? What's that all about?
I don't know, man.
Like they're gonna like I care if they think something bad about me.
Mike living rent free in his head. Oh,
I mean, come at me, but don't. I said Jeremy Sohan is more popular because he has colorful hair. That if he had regular hair, he wouldn't be as popular. That's factual, Joe.
True enough. Got a $4.99 super chat incoming from Jason Garcia. Thank you for your support. We do appreciate you. He's saying The Night Santa Went Crazy by Weird Al is a classic.
Interesting, Jason. I'm gonna check that one out, man. Weird Al, dude. Weird Al.
He makes some bangers, dude.
You know, it's funny how there's certain musicians who hate Weird Al, and there's some who get so excited that he does a parody of those. Like it legitimizes their career. I'm gonna go to Spotify and look at Weird Al Yankovic's most popular songs. What do you think his most popular song would be?
Just Eat It.
How many plays do you think it has? Because there's some songs out there that have billions of plays, right? 1 or 2 billion plays. Oh, okay. Here are his most popular songs. Oh my God. With 45 million listens. Amish Paradise, the parody of Cakes' Paradise. And then number 2 is White and Nerdy, which is I think it's a parody of Chameleonaire's Right and Dirty.
Yeah.
That's funny. Back in the day, it was just eat it.
Just Eat It. Look at Seth. I got it right, dude. He put Amish Paradise. And Mexican Junior says Weird Al is the greatest musician of all time. He has at least 50 solid hits.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Oh yeah, look, this is one that maybe I don't think you've seen this, and I've heard good things about it. Jeff's putting it in here. It says the movie about Weird Al with Daniel Radcliffe playing him is hilarious. You must see it. And that one, I believe, comes out on the Roku channel for free. Yeah.
So I'm looking at Billboard.com. They wrote this article last year. It was the 10 times that Weird Al Yankovic has been in the Billboard Top 100 list. He made it 10 times, Joe.
Jeez.
He made number 99 with Fat, which was based on I'm Bad by
Michael Jackson. Yeah.
He made number 81 back in the year of 1984. Number 81 for I Lost on Jeopardy, baby. Number 39, Word Crimes, which was a parody of the 2014 classic Blurred Lines. I hate these word crimes. He's teaching people how to do things phonetically.
Oh, God.
So the Police had a song in the 80s called King of Pain. He made it to number 62 with a song called King of Suede.
God.
A song called Ricky, which was based on Mickey.
Ricky.
Smells Like Nirvana made it to number 35 back in 1992. Amish Paradise made it to number 53 in the Hot 100 list. Like a Surgeon, Joe.
Oh, I remember that
one. Made it to number 47 back in 1985, which parodied the spoof of the Madonna classic Like a Virgin. Eat It made it to number 12, Joe. He had a top 20 hit.
Damn.
Number 12 back in 1984. And the number 1, White and Nerdy, which made it to the top 10. Number 9, based on Chameleonaire's song, Riding.
Oh, look at this. Drew show. I like this idea, man. Incoming super chat. Enough. The Lerma Jimenez schism must be resolved. Time for an in-studio town hall debate moderated. Live on the show. We vote for the winner.
I like how Matt just like at certain players. He ats them. He wants to get them riled up, Joe. Because Jeremy Sohan the other day, I don't know if you saw that post that he said that he posted the other day. Let me see if I can find it. This was on Twitter. Jeremy Sohan, who now has 99,900 followers. He's close to 100,000, Joe. Needs 100 more. He posted something the other day that I thought was kind of interesting. Let me see here. It says, all sports, one way or another, you're going to hear something about yourself, the good and the bad. Okay. Comes with the territory of playing sports, dude. There are going to be some fans that love you and some fans that don't. It comes with this territory being sports. By the way, Matt, since I have you on the line, Matt was going back and forth with somebody yesterday on Twitter, and his response was, well, tell me you don't know ball. First of all, Matt, love you like crazy. You have lost every argument. Anybody, not just you, but anybody who says you don't know ball in an argument on Twitter has forfeited the game. They've lost. You don't know ball is the sports equivalent of somebody telling a Mexican to go back to Mexico.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's the equivalent of punting.
Dude, you don't know ball. That means I have no comment to make other than that. You've lost.
Oh.
White flag. You lost that one, dude. I saw that. I was like, Matt, do better. Do better.
I like it though how the show you get cooked already just doing the show as the show is going on. They get the little excerpts and they put it out there, especially Jeff, man.
Matt says, I would cook, Mike. Just call me Chef Matt. Hey, Matt, did you know that your favorite player from the Spurs has only made 11 shots outside of 1 foot? And you don't think that that's a problem? But he's got purple hair, green hair. Looks like the green dot right now.
The green dot. That's your nickname for
Yeah,
him?
John Dyer on our Exit 7, John Dyer, right?
Yeah.
Was on our on my Twitter account the other day going, well, you wanted him to get better from field goal percentage, and his field goal percentage is up. You know why? He's not shooting anymore.
1 foot.
Outside of 1 foot. I would hope that your field goal percentage would go up if you stop shooting from outside of 1 foot.
Yeah.
By the way, just for giggles, I mentioned the fact that Sohan shoots 22% from outside 1 foot. And it might be 2 feet. It's whatever's considered to be a layup, right? So dunks, layups, alley-oops. If you erase all that, he's shooting 11 for 50 for 22%. I pulled up Champagne's numbers as a parallel to see if there's like a significant difference. Champagne shoots 36% from outside, taking away layups and dunks. So there is a difference, 36 and 22. What I'll probably do is I'll probably do Barnes, CP3, and Wemby and Castle just to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny.
You know, we need to go ahead and get John Dyer back here in the studio, man, so we can talk.
The closer we get to the college football playoff, I think we need to bring him in because no one consumes more Texas Longhorn football than that guy.
Yeah. And, you know, they have the updated mock draft already for the, coming up here for the NFL. I'm going to go ahead and share that here.
Yeah. Is this through who?
College Football Report,
Okay.
reputable, media outlet here. And they just have, a mock draft. It's not the draft. It's a mock draft. And I'll just give you the top 5, man. They got Shedeur Sanders, out of Colorado going to the Raiders. Cam Ward out of the University of, Miami here. Going to New York.
UIW.
Yeah, going to New York. Travis Hunter from Colorado going to Patriots. Abdul Carter.
Well, real fast. Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Travis Hunter real fast. So Shedeur Sanders going to Las Vegas seems to be destined. Star player going to the glitz and glamour of Vegas. It seems destined. Cam Ward, that dude is intense, going out to New York to play with the Giants. Travis Hunter, would you tell him to play just one position, Joe? Because he's a stud wide receiver and a stud lockdown corner. He also likes to play special teams. He wants to play basically every play of the game, a la Deion Sanders back in the day.
I would have him on special teams, though, man.
But what about offense or defense?
If somebody's hurt, put him on defense, but put him in the offense, man.
You can't really say what he's better at.
You'd have to go ahead and find that out in training camp, man. Where you're going to put the kid.
Yeah.
Very versatile. It's a good problem to have.
It is. Abdul Carter apparently is testing out as one of the best prospects of the draft by far. He's an edge out of Penn State. McMillan, I don't know really much about McMillan, to be honest with you, out of Arizona.
Victoria McMillan. Yeah.
But Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle from Texas, number 6.
Ouch.
Possibly going to the Tennessee Titans.
That team ain't going to be any good, man.
Others, the Saints at 11, possibly going after Nick Scorton, edge out of Texas A&M.
Dallas.
They have projected going Ashton Genty out of Boise State, the stud running back, and I know you'd be happy with that. There are some mock drafts that I've seen that said that there's no way Ashton Genty drops to 12. Say that if the Cowboys want to get him, they're going to have to play ball with Cleveland, Chicago, or Cincinnati at 8, 9, or 10. Toss him a third or fourth rounder just for the rights to move up 3 or 4 spots. Because that's what it would take, a third or fourth rounder.
Yeah.
Other players of note, Jahdae Barron, cornerback from the Texas Longhorns, possibly going number 18.
The Rams.
To the Rams. Looking at my Saints there. I said Scorton from A&M. The one that's interesting that I think is interesting that I see the drafts going up and down is Malachi Starks, who's a safety from Georgia. They have him going 28 to Minnesota.
I'll see that.
I've seen some mock drafts saying Starks the top 10 player. I've seen some like this one, 28. Kind of weird. Speaking of Minnesota, if you were watching Get Up this morning on ESPN, a very good topic. We probably should have discussed it today. Sam Darnold had 5 touchdown passes this past week for the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings have the 3rd best record in the NFC right now. They're 1 game behind the Lions. And the Minnesota Vikings are poised to make noise in the playoffs, right? Sam Darnold goes in there, and this year, 28 touchdown passes to 10 interceptions. 3,300 yards passed, 68.4%, Joe. 68.4 accuracy. He went from 61% last year, 58% as a starter with the Panthers, to 68%, career high in touchdowns, career high passer rating, all of this stuff, Joe, right? Pretty good, right? If you're a fan of the Vikings, if you're our good friend Brandon Big Papi Medina, right?
Yeah.
Did you know the guy's a free agent?
Wow, how about that, man?
He is a free agent at the end of this year. Sam Darnold leading this team to an 11-2 record. What happens, Joe? Because they drafted J.J. McCarthy out of Michigan to be the stud up-and-coming quarterback. They drafted him in the first round. He got hurt in a preseason game. Sam Darnold, who again was a journeyman after being a big flop with the Jets, goes off to San Francisco, is a journeyman. Carolina, finds a home with the Vikings. Did the Vikings franchise tag him for $41 million?
Man, that's a good question there, because you'd want to lock him in.
Or is it possible that Minnesota is just a great place for quarterbacks? Because we saw Kirk Cousins thrive there for so long. I mean, he has people to throw to. Justin Jefferson, 1,170 yards receiving. You've got Jordan Addison. You've got Aaron Jones, a good running back. Got T.J. Hawkinson. You've got some pretty good people around you to give the ball to. Is it that Sam Darnold's that good? Or is it that it's a system and that J.J. McCarthy would be just as good? Because it would suck for them to go, I don't know, 13-4, make some noise in the playoffs. No one's talking about this team making it to the NFC Championship game, but they're just as good as the Lions. They're just as good as the Eagles. They make some noise, and then what happens then? Do you go, okay, we're going to give the keys to JJ?
Yeah.
It'd be so weird.
I would just ride with what you got, man.
Yeah.
You know, just like the Spurs starting lineup, you know, when they were winning.
We like who we got.
Yeah, we like who we got. You all sit on the bench.
Very nice. Very nice. He's going to be a Pro Bowler this year.
Hey, somebody's asking us, Tony Ornelas is asking, what happened to Johnny Walker? We haven't had the schedules line up, but maybe we can get him on Friday. If you're here in studio,
yeah,
give him a call.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
The question I had on Twitter today was about Stephon Castle. Is he touchable? 135 votes in the hour and a half that we were on this show. 135 votes, not bad. 87.4% saying untouchable. Though people were coming out and saying that Wemby to them is the only one that's untouchable. But I mean, this shows that people have gotten to be very in love with Stephon Castle, and for very good reason. He improves his shot, dude. The guy's going to be special. He's going to be very, very special. He's on that SGA trajectory.
Yeah, the ceiling is very high for him. Higher than Vassell.
Ceiling's high. The floor is high. He's the number 2 to the Spurs. So when I hear the Spurs talk about this, that, and the other, all I care about is Wemby, All I
Castle.
care about is Castle. Everybody else,
What are they? What's their names going to be?
gone.
Gone.
My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for being on. And also, thanks for following us, and hit the like button on the way out. And also, my number, 210-508-0369. If you have any questions about investment accounts, life insurance, disability, all that stuff, 210-508-0369. Everyone, have a fantastic day. We'll be back tomorrow.